But there is another whole issue to take into account. And that touches upon the very beginning of our talk when we said that there is this element which we might call ethics, compassion. Going back to the real Agunah problem, that's the problem of the missing husband, where the wife does not know he's dead, therefore she's married, or maybe, and she cannot receive a get. The Gemara says, Mishum Agunot, Akilu Rabbanan. The rabbis dealt leniently out of compassion for a woman who is an Agunah. What does it mean they dealt leniently? They changed almost all the laws of evidence. For instance, according to the laws of evidence, evidence has to be given by two people who are not related to one another either by genetically or have common interest. But in order to solve an Agunah problem, you can take the evidence of one person. According to the laws of evidence, you have to receive the evidence from the witnesses themselves. But not aid BP aid. One witness told another witness. In the case of an Agunah, you can receive it aid BP aid. Laws of evidence demand that evidence be given by word of mouth and not through documents, not through a letter, for example. To solve an Agunah problem, you can do so al pishtar, a letter. You can even solve an Agunah problem by taking evidence from a non-Jew. Women are normally not valid witnesses for many cases. But to solve an Agunah problem, you can take evidence from testimony from women. And so on. So almost all the major laws of testimony that appear in the Shulchan Aruch, in Hilchot Eidut, do not apply with the same stringency in the laws of Agunah. I'll give you just one other example where you can see the compassion of the halakha. One of the problems, obviously one of the great problems that also one has to deal with is a mamzer. A person suddenly discovers that he's a mamzer, he didn't know it. His mother was a married woman and she had relationships with another man and had a baby. Baby, it's a very stigmatic situation to be in. The Gemara says, if a woman's husband goes away, the Medinat Hayam, abroad for business, goes away for a year, and she has a baby, we do not assume that that baby is a mamzer. We say one of two things. Either he came back secretly and nobody knows about it and had relations with his wife, or alternatively, her pregnancy was a year long. In some of the Achronim, they even lengthen it to 15 and 16 months. Now, medically, this is a very, very rare case. But in order to avoid the problems of mamzerut, they went so far. So we can see that in general there is a tendency among the rabbis to try to find compassionate solutions to given problems. But particularly in the case of Agunah, it's stated, Mishum Agunot Akilu Rabbanan. The rabbis went out of their way to find positions of leniency in order to solve the Agunah problem.